Hello everybody, Toreno here, and welcome back to the Sons of Attila Dev Server. And today we are taking a look at the MBT-2000, otherwise known as the Al-Khalid. And this is a new Chinese tank coming in at battle rating 10.0 at rank 7. And that's going to be on the light tank lineup. So if we look at the main armament first, you've got 4 shells. So you've got your Heat FS shell with 480mm penetration, HE shell with 45mm penetration, so very good for dealing with lightly armoured vehicles. You've got an APFS DS round with 458mm penetration at 500 metres, or HEVT shell with 43mm penetration. So 2mm less than the regular HE shell, but of course you can fire that above enemy tank roofs and just get through the thin roof armour. And of course it does also come with a 12.7mm machine gun on the roof here, and there is a 7.62mm coaxial here. And for the gun itself, it's got a 2-plane gun stabiliser, so should be pretty stable when firing on the move. And it's got a targeting speed for the horizontal of 18 degrees a second, and 2.8 degrees a second for vertical targeting. And it does say here it has automatic loading, which I assume refers to an autoloader, so it's got a reload rate of 7.1 seconds per shell. And the gunner optics are 3 to 10 times zoom, and the commander has 2 to 8 times zoom. And the commander can also fire the main armament. And you can see the shell placements. So at the rear it's a little bit exposed, although a shell's got to get through all of this before it can get to there. And of course you have got this carousel, which if you're shot from the sides is probably going to go boom very easily. And looking at the armour, at first it doesn't look too good, only about 20mm for the upper hull front, 45mm at some points. And the lower hull front plate is very thin at only 71mm. But of course if we go to the X-ray view, you can see that the hull does have composite armour, so you've got 20mm RHA, 240mm composite, and then 120mm cast armour. You've got the ERA blocks above that, although again the lower hull front is somewhat uncovered by the composite armour, so that is still a bit of a weak spot. And if you can see the turret, you've got the ERA blocks around the turret cheeks, and behind that you've got more composite armour, so 20mm RHA, then 360mm composite, and then another 180mm RHA. And you've also got this slat armour around the sides of the turret. And for the actual sides of the tank is about 20 to 50mm, depending on where you aim for the hull. And the turret appears to be about the same, 20mm to about 50mm effective armour, depending on where you're looking. Although you have got these rubber fabric screens as well, but they're going to provide basically no extra protection. And for the rear, you've got about 20 to 45mm for the hull, and for the turret about 30 to 20mm. So reasonably well protected from the front, but the sides and rear are not going to stand up to much in the way of firepower. And if we look at the mobility, it's got a 1061 horsepower engine, which gives us a top speed of 43 miles per hour when going forwards. So you've got 7 gears forward and 4 gears backwards, which gives a reverse speed of 19.4 miles per hour. And then lastly we have the crew, which is a commander and gunner in the turret, and the driver here at the front. And here are your modifications. So you can get a dozer blade. The gunner has access to thermal vision, and the commander and driver have access to night vision. You've got access to the smoke grenade launchers and the smoke generating system, which comes out the rear of the tank. And it does have a laser rangefinder, so very good for long range shooting. So all in all, this does look to be a very good tank. It's got a more powerful armament than the previous CM11. I believe its armament is basically the same as the WZ-1001, so 125mm length 54 cannon. If we check the actual ammunition, yeah, the Heat FS shell is the same. It's got the same APFS DS round, but of course on the latter tank you can get improved ammunition. So basically the stock shells on the MBT-2000 are about the equivalent of the WZ-1001 shells, but the WZ-1000 can get more powerful shells. But I think this will do decently well for battle rating 10.0. And of course it now gives us a lineup with the ZTZ-96A, which at the moment only can do a lineup with the 96A prototype, which is a pack vehicle. So now you can get 2 vehicles at 10.0, 3 if you get the pack vehicle. So yeah, this would be a very welcome change to the Chinese tank tech tree. Anyway, just a quick video for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've been Toreno, and I'll see you next time.